Hey guys, how you doing? Today is March 22, Friday. Next Friday is Good Friday, right? It's Good Friday is the holiday of the US stock market. And end of March, that means March 31 is the Easter holiday, but that is Sunday. Hong Kong will have 4 days holiday. Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then April 1st, right? That means 4 days public holiday. And I know that in US it's only a Good Friday, right? Good Friday, that means next Friday because Easter holiday is Sunday, right? So maybe we will not do it exactly on next Friday because there's a holiday. So then sign up and then subscribe, then you will get the notice on the post from the YouTube, right? Okay, then today we will talk about Reddit, right? Yes, a little bit strange because Reddit is not on the Nasdaq. Reddit is on the New York Stock Exchange. A little bit strange, right? I thought it is for the tech, right? But it doesn't matter, right? Reddit is on yesterday and it soars, right? Rise at 48%. So is it worth to invest? And then we do not have a lot of information, right? I cannot find the balance sheet, but from some of the financial information that we can find on the website, then we will talk about it, right? We'll talk about it, and then is it worth for you to invest at this time, right? Okay, our Falcon portfolio been doing quite good, and then 62 months from now, then our portfolio been increased by 101%. So if you want me to analyze on any stock, then you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. This is yesterday, right? A Reddit then goes to public. And then is it worth for you to invest now? Then we will have a brief look on the data. Then we have to go through the data, right? Not only then she is very hot now, then we have to invest. No. Maybe there is a value trap, right? So we will go through it in a minute. For Dow Jones, I think a lot of investors may be happy because it is very close to 40,000 already. Yesterday, then it closed at 39,781, right? Just about 200 and something, then it will reach 40,000. Not as good as the Nasdaq because of the Apple, right? Because of the DOJ lawsuit, then make the Nasdaq did not rise up so sharply, just rise at 32 points. But still okay, right? 16,401. This is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, and we are just up 5%, not very satisfactory, and our portfolio performance is 101%. We go through some headlines first, right? Still some of the unit trust US asset manager, right, from Vanguard, very famous, right, and doesn't believe the Fed will cut the interest rate this year, right? This may happen, right? It depends, right? We know that if there is conflict between countries, maybe China, maybe still from Israel, right? So a lot of unknown factors now is breaking. So this may not be impossible, right? So if the Fed doesn't cut the interest rate this year, then there may be some problem, right? So do not be too optimistic, right? Be aware of that, right? So this is what Apple now is closed at not at 174, it closed at 171, right? So this year Apple had a lot of problem, right? The sales been decreasing in China, right? Decreasing in China, and then there is no AI, then she has to turn to Google, the Germany, and then there is a lawsuit. But that lawsuit is from the Justice Department. And what is this lawsuit about? Is all things. And they said that actually Apple, no matter what, the Apple Store, and then the iOS, and then from the Apple Watch to the Apple Pay, then all this ecosystem, right, is not open. There is a monopoly over the market, right? And then no one can go into your ecosystem unless they pay, right? So this is what they are pointing to Apple, and this problem appears for so many years already. Right, from day one, the iOS is is not an open system, right? So if you want your app can be on the Apple Store, then you have to pay. If you do not pay enough, then you will be disappeared. You'll be disappeared, right? So this problem appears for so long already. Then I don't know why the Justice Department then raises up, right? Not very good for Apple in these few months. Then and a lot of people saying that Warren Buffett is going to sell the Apple share. I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. Warren Buffett did so just 1%. Forget about it. Right? Did so, but just 1% of the Apple share. Then he is owing. So I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. But there are enough headache for Tim Cook already. Right? The China sales decreasing. Right? Maybe because of politics, and maybe because of the China's economy is going down, and then now is the DOJ, or now is the AI, something like that, right? So she is now in the headwinds. Then, but I don't think that we need to dump all the Apple shares out. Then she's still the number one in the world, right? She's still the number one, and then she still have a very good ecosystem, right? Then we will wait and see, right? Now, U.S. start to assessing if SMIC, that means from the China, is broke the U.S. law to make the Huawei chip, right? We still remember for the Huawei's Mate 60 Pro phone, and then we already know that she is depending on the U.S. technology from the applied material and from the LAMS research, something like that, right? So then let us do it, right? Let's do it. Then to investigate if then China's SMIC or the sub companies, right, the contractors of SMIC is breaking the U.S. laws. I think so, right? And then they will, if she got the evidence, then because that's the rule already, then U.S. can do the sanction on all those companies. Gucci, that means Kering, tanks 40% after Asia profit warning. Then we know that. But if we look at the LV, and then if we look at the Hermes, then no, they are not dropping, right? But I think that we still have to be very careful on that, because if Kering has the Asia profit problem, then maybe they have, right? We don't know, so we have to be alert on that as well, right? Lululemon, then another story, that because the quarterly result is very good, no matter it's on the revenue and on the net income. But there is another same story, right? The soft guidance, then Lululemon drops a lot in the post market, about 11%, right? That's a lot. So you can see that for revenue jumped by 16%, right? 16%, right? The gross profit increased by 25%, right? So, and then the average net income is $5 a share. on a revenue of 3.19. So because of the soft guidance, so it dropped it after the post-market slumped at 11%, right? So we will still holding Lululemon because the performance is good, right? I will analyze this in our Hong Kong program. We talk about Reddit, and Reddit yesterday popped at the first day, right, on the NYSE, and then popped at 48%, right? And that is the top of the range, right? From this news, then Reddit is 19 years old, right? But from what I find in the internet, Reddit was found in 2015. That means 9 years already. I don't know which one is correct, right? I think it's about 9 years, right? Because it is less than 10 years, right? Before that, there is no Reddit. Then we have to search all the others forums, and then after that, then a lot of people then post on the Reddit, something like that, right? And this time she raised 750 million US dollar from the market, right? And she did it. And Sam Altman's his stake is worth over 600 million US dollar on the first day, right? Then he become a very rich man, right? Reddit, the first price is 34 US dollar. So end up she popped up 48%, 48.35% to 50.44 US dollar per share, right? But we can see that there is no EPS, there is no PE, no dividend, no yield, because everything is still a minus, it's still a negative. We can see that, right? And then for all the social media, Reddit is the least people to visit her website. Then you can see that the most people visited is Meta, that means Facebook. Then is the OpenAI, Pinterest, and then New York Times, Google, and then Twitter. And then Reddit is the least. She cannot compare with Facebook because too far away, right? Even she cannot compare with Google, right? And the average time spent on the social media in last year by the platform, that means they visit your Reddit platform. We can see that TikTok is the number one, right? And the second one is YouTube, we know that, right? And then Facebook still have 30.9 minutes, right, per day, right? And then Reddit is just the last one, right? 24.1 minutes per day. We take a look on the financial data, although there is not the complete one, right? Last year the revenue is okay, right? 804 million US dollar compared with 666 million US dollar in 2022. But if you look at the net income, it's a loss, right? But the loss is better, 90 million US dollar loss. 2022 is 158 million US dollar loss. This is a very common value trap. When a lot of people saying that, oh, their loss is getting better, but a loss is a loss to me, right? A loss is a loss, then who knows, right? Until she turns positive, I do not recommend you to invest on this stock, right? And this is their blueprint, right? Now, Reddit is solely depending on the advertisement, all right? You can see that current from the left-hand side, advertising, more contacts, more advertisers, and then automation, farm more advertisers. This is what currently Reddit is earning her living. and then emerging. Well, that means she start to doing what? The AI model training and then the data API access, right? But that is a question mark. Why I put a question mark is I don't know, right? Then she said that she will start the AI model training. Then do you have any detail? I don't know. And then in the future, and then she is going to have a very big changes, right? Then developer platform. Maybe you can have an app and contributor commerce. Then you can buy things, you can sell things, right? And then collectible avatars program. Then I don't know what it is, right? That means now she is just solely depends on the advertising, right? And then she will turn to AI modeling, but I do not have enough details. And then I think it's because of the AI model training, she will turn to a commerce ecosystem. That is what I learned, right? But that is a question mark because other people are already doing on that, right? Like Amazon is already doing on that, right? So then that is not purely what? Purely social media. See that for Meta, you cannot sell or buy things on that, right? And then she is going to something like a social media as well as commerce, right? That is a strange hybrid, right? Because no one now doing on that, right? Amazon is not social media, right? YouTube is a social media, but solely depends on the digital advertising. So this is a mix of them. I don't know if it will success or not. Like Shopify is just for business commerce, not the social media, right? And then for the quarterly, right, global, that means the US plus the international, still okay, right? You can see that for the quarter and for the yearly increment, still okay. So I put a tick on that. And this is acted up by the US and the rest of the world, right? So you can see that for the US, then still okay, right? For the revenue growth. For the rest of the world, then also still okay, 20% still okay, right? But for the Apple, then it's not okay. You see that for the Apple, that means average person, then how much then she will pay per month? It's just 3.42 US dollar per month, right? It's very, very small. Because for Meta, it's $13 per month, and she is just $3.42. And you can see that the year-over-year growth of this quarter is a negative. It's a negative, but better than the last quarter. And then for the adjusted EBITDA, maybe the same value trap, right? 69 million US dollar compared with 108 million US dollar in 1 year between, but still that is a negative, right? The EBITDA adjusted is still a negative for 2023. And then for that is the best part of her, the cash and the marketable security, that means the stock. Still okay, right? Then is not a small amount, 1,266 billion US dollar, right? That is the good thing, right? And then there is a lot of stock options there, right? Maybe for the employees, then maybe for the investor, I don't know, right? But be aware of that. There is a lot of stock option. Maybe because of that, then push up the stock price. We have to be very careful. And then this is very clear. The net cash provided by the operating activity better than 2022, but still a negative. That means she is burning the money. Right? See that? Still a negative. I put a red question mark on that. And the free cash flow is also a negative. Right? You compare a negative to a negative is no meaning. Right? Oh, I lost less. To me, that is no meaning. Right? That is meaningless. On On the finance, I do not see the current asset. How much is that? I only see the lump sum, right? At the top of the right hand side, there is the lump sum of the total asset, right? And we can see that the total liability 125 million US dollar, but we just go through the cash and the securities 1,266 million US dollar. So on the liability sheet is okay. I assume it's okay, right? I just assume it's okay, right? So on the summary of what we just go through, then a lot of things is unknown, right? How can you get the advertisement from the hand of Meta, Google, TikTok? No, right? And then, is it possible for Reddit to go to a commerce? We don't know yet, but because there's no AI. And then if you just speculating on, okay, then she is getting better because she lost less, right? To me, it's no meaning. So I won't buy it, right? Unless I see more clear picture on that, right? On the finance, I think she's okay, right? So you can see that there's a lot of, there's nothing on the EPS, PE, dividend rate, the yield, nothing, right? So how can I invest? So we will wait for that. Maybe she'll get a lot of improvement. I don't know, but I will prefer to wait. All right. Okay, then we share up to here, and then please give us a like, comment, and share, and then subscribe. So remember, next Friday then is a Good Friday, it's a holiday, and then Hong Kong will have 4 days holiday. All right. So subscribe, and then you will get the notification from the YouTube or any post I put on. Then maybe we'll do it on Saturday or Sunday. Don't hurry, right? Because next Friday is a Good Friday. U.S. stock market will be closed. See you guys next Friday, and wish you all have a very peaceful weekend. Bye bye.